So today we will be demonstrating Charle's law, which is the idea of the direct relationship between temperature and volume, meaning as one increases, so does the other, or if one decreases, so does the other. This relationship can be represented by the formula V1 over T1 equals V2 over T2, using V to represent volume and T to represent the temperature in Kelvin. So in this experiment, we will be measuring the change in the volume of a balloon as it enters into cold water, which will represent the change in temperature. Okay, so the materials you will need for this experiment is a balloon to measure out the volume, a string to measure around the balloon so you can get the circumference to know its volume, a ruler so you can measure out the string to know the actual measurement of the circumference, a thermometer to measure out the temperature of the water, and a sink so it's fully big enough to immerse the balloon with the water.
Okay, so first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to measure the circumference with the string of the original balloon. That way we know what it was like before we put it into cold water. Okay, so we wrap the balloon and now we'll hold it down and we're going to measure how long this string is.
So we measure out the string with a ruler to discover that the string was 27 inches, and we use this as the original volume, or volume 1, in our equation.
Okay, so now that we figured out the circumference of the balloon, now we're going to submerge it into ice-cold water for 10 minutes to see it hopefully decrease in size. Okay, so what is happening here is that the longer the balloon is under the ice-cold water, the molecules inside the balloon are slowing down due to the temperature change, and it is starting to decrease in its size.
Now that it's been in the ice-cold water for 10 minutes, we're going to measure the circumference of the balloon to find the second volume.
So we measured the string for the second volume of the balloon, and we figured out that it decreased to 25.5 inches.
In order to find the initial temperature, we will take the room temperature, which here is 20 degrees Celsius, plus 273 degrees to convert it to Kelvin, which equals 293 degrees Kelvin.
We started out with V1 over T1 equals V2 over T2. The first volume was 27 inches, and the first temperature was 293 Kelvin, which came from 20 degrees Celsius plus 273 Kelvin. And the second volume was 25.5 inches, and we were trying to find the second temperature, which was the temperature of the cold water. So we started out with the formula, so 27 inches over 293 equals 25.5 inches over x. So now that we cross-multiplied, we figured out that 25.5 times 293 equals 7,471.5, and it's still 27x, and so you divide by 27 to figure out that x equals 276.7 Kelvin.